yeah, let's just start 9:05 maybe. So
Yeah.
we have more people joining us. So for those who don't know what we're doing here today, we are having our first ever Teddy Talk session, and we're talking about insecurities and how we, as women, as, like 30-year-old women, how we go through our insecurities, how, like, have we ever had them, what are those, and how we deal with it. So Cam and I, my dear friend Cam from Germany, who has agreed to come on board with me on this special project that I'm side gigging. So yes, we're doing this today. We're talking about insecurities. We're, as grown as woman, probably. And oh, you feel 22. Sometimes I feel 22, but most of the time alcohol reminds me I'm old. So yeah, every
Don't
time I
say
drink,
that.
every time I drink, the next day I feel like I'm 54. So
Well,
yeah,
body change, yeah.
alcohol,
Body change, yeah.
yeah.
I feel that too after 30.
I
But
know,
it's
right?
okay. It's also your mindset and how you
I know.
taking care of yourself,
I
paying more
know.
attention to what you eat, what you drink. It's not too bad
Exactly.
though. It's not
Yeah,
too
it's
bad.
not too bad. I quit alcohol for 1.5 months, and now I feel alive drinking it. So like, I think detox is very, very, very good. Okay, we are 1 minute away from 9:05, and we will start with that. And please stay in the chat. And I have friends who joined and just dropped. You gotta be real with me, okay? You join and just don't be don't join and like bail. Gotta be real with me. Today we're gonna be real talking. We are Teddy talking, so it's gonna be real.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, insecurity
But
is our
anyway, we
first
record
topic.
that, so for those who cannot join, they can see it
Yeah,
later on. Because it's still
yeah,
early here in Germany, so I can understand
yeah.
that
I
most of
know.
them are not able to watch, but it's fine.
It's fine. It's totally fine. And it's so stupid. Like, I made a mistake. I thought it was like we're 7 hours away, because obviously when I was there it was 7 hours and now it's 6. I'm like, I never get these things right. My maths is so bad. My mathematics is so bad. So anyways, I'm so sorry I made the boo-boo for whoever that thought it's 10 p.m. I'm so sorry. It's 9. I think I've told everybody that it's 9, but if you didn't get the message, please just, forgive me.
It's okay, yeah.
Anyways, it's 9:05. I think we shall start.
Yeah.
And while we will start introducing ourselves, because people might not know who we are. So, and of course, Cam is new on my channel. Not really my channel, but like,
Yay!
so it's
It's
the
my
first
first
time
time going live, actually.
with
I've never done
me.
this before, so excuse me if
Exactly.
there's some.
I know. So yeah, so tell us more about yourself, Cam.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, thanks for being part of this Teddy Talk, Erica. So, about me.
Yay.
So, my name is Camien, or people who knows me longer call me Cam. It's my nickname. So, I'm from Germany. So, born and raised in Germany, but I don't look German typically. But I have Vietnamese origin, for the one who wonders why I don't look German. And yeah, so I'm living here, grew up here, and yeah. So about me, what can I tell? So typically, about my hobbies or my free time, what I like to do is, like, I love traveling a lot. Like, I love travel to Southeast Asia, or Asia in general. This is how I met Erica as well, but
Yes.
that's later on. But
Yeah.
yeah, I like traveling. I like cooking, reading books about personal development,
Yeah.
and I love dancing salsas and
Know
singing
that.
as well. So about my part, and yeah, so in my free time, as I mentioned, I'm reading a lot of books about personal development, because for me it's always important to get to know more, just not stay within the same thing, like, even like always to see what's going on, and just to look for other topics to discuss about, right? And so about my job, I'm in IT sales. I don't look like that I'm in IT, but I'm working IT
Power
sales for
woman.
like
She's a
Yeah,
power
yeah, it's quite a
woman.
hard job, but it's been like more than 7 years that I'm in this job now. So, yeah, so I learn a lot. And besides my job, I would like to discover more other topics that I'm interested in and talk about. And that's why Erica came and was asking me if I would like to join the Teddy Talk, like special on this topic, insecurity, because I think like that we have a lot in common to share our experiences and talk about that topic. I'm super excited because I was thinking to do kind of this Go Live channel, like I would say more than 1 year ago, but I was only discussing this with friends, and some other friends are like, okay, let's do it. But there's no moment that we have, implement that. And that's why when Erica told me to join this, I was like, okay, that's it. That's the time. And yeah, here we are, our first session.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Like, maybe, well, do you want to tell people how we met? Because since you already,
Well,
yeah, it was a night.
well, yeah, it's been like, I think we met like more than 4 years ago.
Yeah,
And yeah, so I was working in Singapore for more than 2.5 years.
yeah,
And I think before I left Singapore, I think half a year before, we kind of know each other through a friend. I think it was
yeah.
Veronica Yoon, who asked me
Yes,
out that night. And I was like asking some other friends. And then I remember that we met at Haji Lane in Singapore. Like you came, and the other Veronica,
yes.
BK, and LS came over, and you joined us later, like for
Later,
drinks,
yeah,
and then
at Attica.
at
Magic.
Attica partying. And I think since then we have met like very often, almost every week, going
Yeah,
out for
staying
dinner and
over at your
party drinks.
place.
And
Yeah,
I think at that time I kind of like know Singapore uh more in detail, because before that I was like, okay, there were some places I haven't been. So I
yeah.
thank you girls to show me around, especially you, Erica. I think we have spent a lot of time together.
Yeah, so much, so much. That's why we know we get ourselves to work on projects like this, because we know each other quite well. And well, maybe I should also introduce myself to your friends, because
Yes,
they will be
please.
seeing this and they're like, who's this Asian chick?
Yes, of course, that's my
um
next thing. Please introduce yourself, Erica, like who you
yes,
are, and also like how Teddy Talk actually
came
came
about.
across, because it was your idea, right?
Yeah, well, I don't want to take credit for it, but well, okay, maybe I'll just start with myself first. So I'm Erica. I am from Singapore, and for my Singaporean friends, I don't usually sound like this, but because this is a a talk that is gonna be routing in Germany, so I gotta like put my best foot forward. Anyways, so well, I'm 30 years old. 30. Oh shit! I just celebrated my 31st birthday. Fuck. Yeah, I'm 31 years old.
Okay.
Sorry, but yeah. So how did Teddy Talk started? It started because I was having coffee with my friend Patricia. Very, very often, we will just go to Starbucks and sit for like 4 or 5 hours straight without even knowing, and just talk about life in general and struggles that we are facing. A lot of them were about our life in general, about our family, about friendship, about work, about career, and sometimes we came out with like some inspirational stuff for each other. So we're like, oh no, we're actually doing a lot of discussion, a lot of talking over here, and I think that it's very useful. It could be a platform for people to share. Like if we were to do this online, it would be hopefully we can help people who are going through the same things, to bring some light to their current situation if they're also going through the same thing. So that's how basically Teddy Talk started. It started because we wanted to just chat over online and tell people about our troubles, and hope that we can find solutions over just conversing.
Yeah.
And that's how Teddy Talk started. Unfortunately, Patricia wasn't able to join us, but I was like, I need to loop in my girlfriend Cam, because she knows her stuff, and like I want her to be on it. And so there you are.
Thanks for asking me,
Yep, yep.
really.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, well, I think we have, went on about how it started and who we are, and now that everybody have know us, we should talk about our topic of the day, which will be insecurity, which will be I think it's probably one of the most common thing that girls or maybe even guys suffered throughout like growing up journey. So maybe Cam, you want to start by sharing yours?
Yeah, I mean, like, sure, like there are a lot of things to discuss about this topic.
Oh wait,
Yeah,
I should
because,
start first, right? Oh
well, it
shit.
doesn't matter. I mean, like, you can start on
Yeah.
me, but yeah, maybe you first, because I
Yeah.
think there were some stuff that you would like to mention at first, and
Right.
then I can tell it afterwards.
So
But
true. So true.
yeah, tell us
Yeah.
about your insecurities, and I will
Yeah.
talk
I
later
don't know.
on.
I don't know why Yonglin, my friend Yonglin, commented denial, but I don't
I don't
know.
know why.
I don't know why. Am I in
So guys,
denial?
if you have any questions, just type in and we're trying to answer you guys. Okay.
Yes, that's right, Cam. Thanks for saying that because I forgot about it. But yes, if we talk and if you have any comments, if you have any questions, please just let us know, and we will try our best to answer all of your questions and everything. So yeah, insecurity. Wow, it's a big, big fucking word in my. I'm sorry, I swear a lot, especially when I'm like talking online. I don't know why. Actually, no, I swear a lot offline too. Anyways, digressing. Insecurity, big fucking word in my life because my two main insecurities that I really realized that I have was about my size. I think a lot of my friends know that um, like I struggle a lot with that. Even Cam knows when she was in Singapore with me, when we were hanging out. Sometimes, I would just be down and just, look at myself differently from the rest of the girls and comment on some negative comments about myself negatively. And it has been a struggle that I have had since like I don't even know when, like God knows when. I don't even know when it really, really, really started. But yeah, about my size, and I equate that a lot to my self-worth.
Mm-hmm.
So every time if I hear a comment like, oh, you should lose some weight, or you should, be healthier, you should do something about your life, it hits me hard, and it hits, me, it keeps me thinking on for days, weeks, and sometimes it spirals down. And I feel like it has been such a struggle for me. Like I have done so many things to combat that, right? To make myself look better. Maybe that's why one of the reasons why I started makeup. For those who don't know, like I am also a makeup enthusiast. I do makeup, when I'm free. So yeah, probably one of the reasons why I started makeup as well, to hide, so that people will focus on my face rather than my body. And yeah, so that is definitely one of my main insecurity that I have. And also financial capability. I think this is a new one that has been showing up in recent years, and it is one of probably it's new because I think after where we're living on in like a really competitive world, right?
Right.
Especially in Singapore, where people talk about like their salary a lot. They talk about their standard of living. They talk about the holidays they've been to. And when you don't kind of be in the same group with other people, if let's say everybody has been to Europe and I haven't, it
Mm-hmm.
kind of makes you like the odd one out. And usually maybe people don't look down on you, but you're just like, oh, it's it because I'm not good enough. And that itself was really that was one of the
The main
main
one.
yeah, one of the main ones for me. Yeah.
But then when did you think your insecurity first started? Because it has like the cause where it started, right? Like
Yeah.
about your size, about your financial capability, for
Yes.
instance.
So I think about my size, it started like really, really, really young. Like, of course, when you're like a kid, you don't really realize what this is, right? Like why, like people just just laugh, you know, and you're like, why are they laughing? Like, you don't know. Like, kids are
Mm.
like sponges. Like, you just through experience they learned, and through, you know, their upbringing, like their parenting, that you learn about all this stuff. And you know, I have cousins, because my cousins were like really slim and slender, and I was
Okay.
not really an active kid. I didn't take any sports. I didn't really run around or go to swimming class or anything. So I was a big kid, and I was constantly laughed at, you know, in primary school, and kids would like call
Okay.
me Fatika and names, and just
That's
make
so mean.
poems.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like you can't really blame them, because you're like, people always look at the differences and they always think that difference is a bad thing, right?
Mm.
So I think at a point I didn't know what it was. I feel down, but I obviously didn't talk to my parents about it, because my family, even my own family members, like my sister would make fun of me. My sisters would call me fat. My cousins will call me fat. My friends will call me fat, and I just thought that there was something wrong with me, you know, all this while.
I understand. I
Like,
think
I
when
need to,
everyone like calls you like kind of give you these words and then you really feel like you're fat and you don't know why they're telling you this and it's actually
exactly.
so hurting, like
I know.
yeah.
So it's like, I just started thinking like, shit, there's something wrong with me. There's something wrong with being fat, because that's why people are making fun of me. So that
Mm.
was like the first kind of insecurity, the kind of feeling that you have, you know. And then in
Yeah.
the end, you kind of know. I didn't find out about what insecurities are. I just thought, like, you know, it's a normal, it's a feeling, you know. It's something like, I feel sad, so I should just make
Yeah.
myself happy, you know. So I crash diet. I i got on all sorts of diets. I starved myself, make myself, I ran like nonstop. I hurt my knee while I was running every day, like 3 kilometers, and climb up the stairs. Like, I every time I feel really really shit about myself, like the first thing I turn to is like crash dieting, crazy exercising, starving my body. So I think, to the point that I look at my at the weighing scale or at myself, and I feel like, oh, I fit into a size M. Now I'm normal. Now
Mm.
I am, you know, um, the same as everybody here,
Yeah.
right? Living in Singapore, because obviously, maybe for my size in some other places, it might be okay, but right where I am, people don't look the same size as me or have the same height as me. So I
Mm.
will just turn to that. So, like, knowing insecurity, feeling insecurity was probably when I was really really young, but knowing what insecurity was really late in my life. Like,
Mm.
I would say 5 years ago, I I was like kind of checked in on my insecurity parts. Like, oh, like, wait a minute, you mean this is something that can be cured of, or like I can change my mindset and it will all go away? Like, I didn't even know that existed until like 5 years ago. And yeah, and so that was the first time.
But then it's like, okay, it comes more from your perspective of your size, right? Like
Yeah.
during like very very young, and then later on you realize, okay, this is something really hurtful and this is really like an issue for you because you need to confrontate that, right?
Yeah.
But then you also mentioned about your financial capability. How did it came through?
Yeah.
Because this is like completely another insecurity that you
Another
have
one.
besides the size, right?
I think that came in when I kind of like realized that I don't earn as much as like other people. Like,
Mm.
in Singapore, it's very very competitive, and we talk about that all the time, you know, with our friends and that kind of stuff. And when you, like, I mentioned just now, when you go and meet your friends and everybody has been on a holiday that you haven't been to, you kind of feel like, oh
Okay.
shit, I'm not doing something right. I'm not doing something right. That's why I don't get to go on this holiday. You know, there must be something wrong with me. Um, like, you know, that's why I'm not doing well enough for myself. That's why, you know, I am not getting paid as much, and that's why I don't go on these like lavish holidays or buy this bag or get that purse, that kind of stuff. And I think that only came in when after I graduate from my university, because first I graduated like with a business degree, and there are like freaking 20,000 people out there, you know, that has the same degree as I do. So I really just settled for like the next any job that was willing to take me in. So, and then it further on validated in my relationship, where I had an ex-boyfriend who was earning like so much more than I did, and I couldn't provide. Like, I just felt so insecure, and I just felt like I was never good enough because I was never on his same page, even though he never once, you know, told me like, you're a bad, you know, you're not doing good for yourself if you're earning this salary. Like, I don't want to date people like you. Like, never once he said something like that to me. But for myself, I just kept thinking that, well, I don't have this money, you know, he has all this money and I don't. So there must be something wrong with me. So that was how it came about, and it just kind of spiraled down. Yeah. So that was when I think I first felt insecure. And now if I don't have any money on me, I'll be like, and yeah.
Is it still affecting you right now?
I think yes, sometimes. In the recent years, like, you know, like in the recent, maybe the past 2 years, it's slightly better. Because I think I did something that rarely people do, is to I quit my job without having a job, and I went jobless for about a year. And I just basically did like really menial jobs, like part-time jobs. And also I took up a makeup artist job for like less than half of my current salary. It was so, you know, like I would be living like I have like so many friends who needed to support me at that point in time, because I wouldn't be able to pay for my bills or my, you know, when we go and have food outside. So I'm very grateful to those friends who helped me at that point in time. But I felt like very grateful as well. So from there, I kind of like changed my mindset a little bit, like, oh, I'm still here, I am still surviving, and I'm still, you know, able to stand on my own 2 feet. And yeah, it was liberating. And then I felt better after coming out of that job, and then now I'm feeling more secure with my job. Obviously I am getting paid slightly better, but yeah, I feel much more secure with myself. Yeah.
Well, but it's an experience that you have been through, right? Because I think also like through ages, and also like your different experiences, what you've been through, and the people around you, it makes a lot of differences, right? And how you can develop from time to time. And I think like what would be interesting for me is to know what is the most biggest impact of your life then, based on that experience.
I think like there's definitely 3 pointers that I feel that impacted, like, when, you know, my insecurities have really big hit on. The other day I was talking to a friend, and he told me like he would go to his boss and he would say like, oh, you please tell me all the things that I did wrong, like, because I want to improve. And for me, if that were to happen to me, if my boss were to tell me everything that I did wrong to improve, I would freak out. I would be like, you know, I like instantly devastated and won't be able to like basically function, because I'm not able to take, I take every negative comment, even though like the constructive ones, very personally. And I think a big part of my insecurities, you know, have basically impacted on my self-worth. And every negative comment that came to me was just something that I couldn't process. And so my career was just not taking off for the longest time, because every single time someone were to tell me like I did something wrong, it's like
it triggers.
Yeah, it triggers. And then I'll be so defensive.
I understand you.
Do you get what I
will
mean?
tell you later on. I have also the same.
I know. I will be so defensive. And I would like I would just like, you know, hate that person or something. And then like eventually work towards like, eventually I would just quit the job because I'll be like, everybody is against me, everybody is against
Yeah.
me. But actually, after like leaving like 3 jobs consecutively, I look into myself and I was like, if I have problems with all my jobs, then maybe I am the problem. You know what I mean? So
Okay.
I guess, yeah. Somebody commented mindset, and that is very true.
Oh yeah,
And
it's
that
one
is
of my
so true.
friends, Guido. We talk
Yeah,
about that as we
yeah,
talk about that as well.
mindset
Yeah,
is
mindset.
so
I come to
important.
that part later. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that is for my career. And then of course for my love life, like I just talk about it, like it my insecurity was so bad. I couldn't, there are days that I couldn't get out of bed. I
Oh
basically
yeah.
my last real relationship ended because of my own insecurities, because I was always like thinking that my boyfriend is going to cheat on me because I'm not good enough, because I'm fat, because I don't have money, and all these thoughts just swimming in your head just pulled you down. Like that, the other person was not like, didn't even do anything, but your own thoughts basically
Yeah, I
didn't give you a new
understand.
chance. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
based on your past experience, and I think, as you said, it triggers some kind of things in your head, and you were like freaking out and all
I
this stuff.
know.
But I think it's also like to realize that, because you realize that it happens, right? And
Yeah.
because some people, they just don't care. They say, "Oh, it's me." But it's good to like reflect on yourself, if that your issue or the other person. And I think you realize that, okay, if it happens so many times, there's something with yourself that you can work on. Also, I think to get feedback also, right, to
Yeah.
help you with that. And from time to time, how did you try to overcome that situation? Like,
I think I have to say thank you to my ex-boyfriend, because he was the one that he pushed me to go and get like counseling, right? Because at a point in time, I mean, even till today, people who go and see a doctor, a psychiatrist, a psychologist, or a counselor is like frowned upon. Like, oh, are you sick? Like, do you need to see a doctor? Like, what? But I can tell
that's
you, it's so liberating to have someone to tell you that
mhm.
you're okay, someone with a
Yeah.
profession to tell you what other things that you need to do to regain your life. It is the best thing that I've ever done for myself, because there were days that I just wanted to jump off the fucking roof and did not want to leave anymore. Like, I don't want to be on this earth, right? But going to counseling and doing these things that she told me, like trying to think that, like these exercises that valid, like that basically just you telling yourself that, hang on, wait a minute, like there is point to this life. There is a point to this life,
Mm.
and you can overcome this. And it's not too late to start loving yourself. It's never too late to
No.
start loving yourself. You do not need someone else to love you. You really do
Yeah.
not need someone else to love you if you start loving yourself. And that was like the most liberating thing that happened to me. And like Guido said, my mindset changed, and I just
Thank
started
you, though,
learning
for
more and
saying
more.
that word. Mindset.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's important. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
And another thing, like I just want to add before I end my session, is that before I end my part, is that Instagram helped me a lot. I think a lot of people will be like, Instagram is the place to validate all your insecurities, right? But I can tell you, if you control who you follow and what you follow on the Instagram, it can really help you a lot. Because I was super addicted to Facebook, and I log in every day, and all I see is all my friends going on vacations, buying new bags, having a boyfriend, getting married, getting kids. And I'm just like, fuck, I don't have any of these. I went onto Instagram. Luckily, all my Instagram was all about makeup. And I was going through a very bad breakup, and my friends were just constantly sending me inspirational quotes. And I started like just following a lot of these accounts. And every single day I log into Instagram, a really good inspirational quote will pop up, and it would just resonate with me so much. And it really gave me strength to just carry on, because I was like, oh, okay, wait a minute, I'm not alone struggling this. It's okay to feel like this sometimes, but it's okay, I'm still here, there's still chance, I can go out there, I can do this, I can
Yeah.
get better. And
Yes,
it's
girl. I
Yeah,
totally
so
agree.
control what you're putting
It's
in your
true.
brain every day. Yeah, control that. You
Again,
have
mindset.
mindset. Mindset.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
I love that. Yeah.
enough about me. So now it's your turn, Cam. Over to you. What
Oh
are
my God, my turn. No,
yeah,
thanks, Erica. Really, thanks for sharing. I think for everyone out there who's seeing us right now, I think some. Oh, can you see me now?
oh shit. Did we lose Cam?
Hello.
Yeah, we lost you for a bit. I think
Oh,
you're kind of back, but you're frozen. But we can hear you.
oh shit. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, I'm frozen. Let me
But you're
just try.
frozen at a very pretty frozen angle because people get frozen really weirdly. You're frozen right now, really pretty. So
Wait. Oh, okay. Let me just try to dial in again.
yeah. All right. So sorry we left. We lost Cam for a bit because probably some connection problems. But yeah, thank you for all the thumbs up and everything. Please give us some questions. Ask us anything. All right, Cam is back with us. Yeah, please continue to just give us questions and let
Am
us
I
know.
live? Am I live? Am I
Yes,
here?
you're
Can you
good.
see
You're
me?
good.
Oh my God. Yeah. It's because my part will start, so that's why it's crashed.
So it's like break time.
It's a break time. It's a break
It's a
time
break
for
time.
everyone. Yeah, I can see Dilani is joining as well. Hi, Dilani.
Yeah, Lexi is here as well. Hi, Lexi.
Lexi, my dear, I miss you so much. It's great that you can join.
I know.
Okay, great. Yeah. So again, thanks, Erica, a lot for sharing your experience. I can imagine what you have been through. It must be hard, like in the past, like when you were little, and how it develops like until now. And I think it's an experience that everyone goes through, either on size, on financial thing, about your appearance. There's always insecurities. So yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let me start with my part. I don't know, like what you want to know, like
Yeah. So
about it.
please tell us more about what are the insecurities that you have, or what do you think, basically what insecurities are in your definition.
Well, yeah, before I start with my own, I would like to share in general, what I think about insecurity, what the causes are. And I think most of the insecurity are related to standards that are led by people and surrounding we are interacting with, and such as family members, peers, yeah, friends, for instance. And I think this makes a lot of like causes how you feel insecure in a way. And of course, what important is rejection and failure. And I think this is like what everyone has going through: rejection or failure, either within your relationship or in your job, being like you're not good enough. You need to prove it every day. Plays a big part, what I think. And also the social
Right.
pressure. And yeah, because social media, for instance, like you mentioned, on Instagram or Facebook, it has
It's
positive and
really
negative
crazy.
sides.
Yes.
And what I can see right now is like it's a lot about looks, no? About looks. Everyone
Yeah,
feel like, oh, I want to look like Kim Kardashian. I want to do this
I
nose. I want to have
know.
this lips. And it wasn't like that before. I would say like 15 years ago, when you don't have Instagram or
I
Facebook
know.
there. And I feel this is much more right now. And I think like when I see teenagers, they already start with that. And I don't know, like when I look back into my past, when I was 14, I didn't really like, confront with this kind of situation,
I
checking
know, right?
on Instagram or where to post, what to post. And I think this is like a big causes, what I think also, that you also compare you with others, either within your friends, like, or your family, for instance, like more of the status side.
Yeah.
And what I think the main causes will be also like in your past experience, and in your roots in your childhood, what you already mentioned. So
Yeah.
that is my definition of causes of the
Insecurities.
insecurities. Yeah.
So like, is there one that stood out really for you, or is there like, any instances that you realize that you also have these insecurities? Are there any experiences that you want to share with us?
Yeah, well, there's a lot of experiences. If I share that, it would take like hours, but I would like
5 days. 5 days.
but I would like to point out some big moments or memories in my life when I
Yeah.
look back. And I think it started quite early. I would say about 9 or 10. Started with secondary school when I realized that I feel like kind of insecure because it also like I think it was different than now and then, like in terms of foreigners being like in school with either with German or a mixed class. But like my experience was I was more like one of the less like in the minority part, like being like the only Asian like in
Mm-hmm.
the class. And it was a topic back then because everyone thinks that I was Chinese, even though I'm not like Chinese, because Asian you have different, nationality, like either from Thailand, Vietnam, or whatever. But at that time, it was like just okay, you're from China, and you have like these eyes, and and you have, and they were teasing a lot. I would say was not a lot, but it was like it was difficult for me because it was a new situation, because it started
Right.
from the secondary school. Before that it was fine, but
Right.
then you have this classification, like how
Okay.
you look like and all of
So
that. And
did they make fun of you, and then you felt like you were a little bit
yeah,
different, or?
yeah, I felt that first of my look, like okay, I look not like more Asian. And then
Mhm.
also I was a bit fat back then, so I could like kind of understand your situation,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I was not super fat, but I was like, how do you call it? Like a
Chubby,
little
like
bit chubby,
chubby.
yeah,
Yeah.
chubby. And also, what you're wearing, it was like for my mom, she put me, okay, you just wear this, and it was like the shirt sometimes like up here, and then these pants. It was just weird, and I wasn't paying attention, like okay, what really to wear, and
I
also
mean,
my
you're like what,
hairstyle.
10? Like, I mean, you're
I
like not Kim
know, but
Kardashian's kids, right? Okay.
yeah, I know, but it was like already kids who came more from a stylish,
Wow.
family, who pay attention of that. And then I was kind of insecure about that as
Nice.
well. And it was like separated in groups. I mean, I had friends, but it was like very less. And kind of, you don't feel like belonging to into one of those groups sometimes, and you cannot share with anyone, like either with your parents or with your friends. And I realized it started quite early back then, but then it got better in high school, um, because we changed class and you have different people around you, right?
Yeah.
And also that you grow older, and then you trying to understand, okay, what is happening and all of that. Because I was quite like a person, I didn't say much in class because I was always afraid to say something, right, in front of
Yeah.
teachers or in front of the other classmates, for instance. And it took really time for me to like, okay, now's the moment, I need to say something. I don't hold it back. And I really need to work on myself on that. I even share that with my aunt, some stuff, and also with my parents. They trying to understand me, but it was kind of different for them. It was like you don't really talk
Yeah.
with
You
them,
don't
right?
really. Yeah.
But then it got better, and I feel like okay, I think the surrounding and the people you are with are really like important, because when I get into a higher class, I have really good friends and supporting me. We support each other. And then I realized, okay, this is like really good for you, because it's not because of you, it's because of them. It's not like, because sometimes you think, okay, because of me, like you said, it's more my problem, and the
Yeah.
others are better than me, because you start comparing yourself, because you're
Exactly.
so
Exactly.
young, and you have so many things like, okay, I'm not good enough, I'm not gonna say too much. And you kind of like, oh, I want to be like them, for instance. And I think when you get like in a when you're getting older, you
Yeah.
kind of
You.
switch off that thing, and you realize, okay, that's not right what you're doing. And also the friends are really helping you as well. And
Mhm.
also when I got older, I talked more with my parents about that, and they also said, okay, it's not because of you, it's because of them, and you are beautiful how you are like that.
Oh, that's so
Even though
sweet.
you're like
So
a little bit
difficult for
chubby or
Asian
not,
parents.
and they're really like supporting me. But then
That's
I
so
realized,
sweet.
okay, you need to talk. You need to
You need
talk
to
with people.
communicate. Yeah.
You need to communicate, because I was like holding back a lot of things, which makes me feel like, okay, less than others, which is not
Yeah.
right.
Which is not
And
great. Yeah.
yeah, and then it got better and better. And I think also like you kind of um it's also in your mindset, yeah,
Yeah.
like we already talked about
I
before, because
know.
you
So
yeah.
so when is like the point, like how did you came to the point and you're like enough is enough, like I'm just gonna think that, and I'm just gonna make myself better, like I'm just gonna,
Yeah.
start doing something to make myself feel better.
Oh, I think like when I was like, I think when I think like 16, 17, like
Yeah.
where you feel like more comfortable in your body, because you
Mm-hmm.
still like figure it out.
16, 17, it's like really young. I think that was where my insecurities was like like super going up.
It was. I went through that because of course you have all these acne problem and you have all those,
Yeah.
appearance problem. But I feel like, as I mentioned, because then I started to find really good friends around me who always like, um, give positive feedback. And also you are trying a lot with your looks as well. You start going
Yeah.
shopping, you do your makeup, and
Makeup.
you feel like better as a girl, as a young girl, for instance. And then you
Mm-hmm.
start also kind of having your kind of first dates. It's not like the date that we have right now, but it was
Of course.
like meeting like some interesting
People.
guys, people, and you feel like, oh, that's interesting, and people are interesting in you. And also like about your graduation, and you think more, okay, what you want to do in the future. So you didn't do that like when you were 10, but then you realize, okay, where I want to be. And I was setting
Mm-hmm.
like some goals, like for instance, okay, I want to study this in the future, I want to go abroad, I want to do that. And I think these goals are really helping me to build up my confidence.
Confidence, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
to
a
work on that.
really. I think that's
And
that's confidence is like the enemy of insecurity. I think not really enemy, but like if you start to build your confidence, you would feel definitely less insecure. And I think to build your confidence, you would also, need to know more about yourself, like find out where your insecurities are, and then
yeah,
start healing from there, right?
yeah, true. I mean, that's I realized. And you always kind of insecure in a way in different stages of your life, because
Yeah.
I remember when I just first started my first job in sales, and sales is
Mhm.
it's a hard job. I
And in
think
IT, oh my god.
it's not 19. I think I started like later on. My first
Okay.
job was like 24, 25. My
Right.
real first job, I was working before it, but it was like part-time job. It was fun. It was fine.
Okay.
It was actually fun. It was like so easy. But when you start with your real job, it's like,
Yeah.
okay, you don't want to fail, and you just trying with your first job in sales. And it was really hard for me because you need to call customers, you need to do all these cold callings, you need to meet the customers, you have to do presentation, all of that. I was so nervous, and sometimes I feel like, oh my god, I can't do that.
Mhm.
And actually, when I look back in my past, actually I was more like a shy person. I didn't say too much, but from time to time I'm learning more, like interacting more with people, with friends, or even like with through my job, for instance. And it comes from time to time. And sometimes you have difficult situation, you don't know what to do, but you need to figure
Yeah.
out, because you don't want to fail, right? And you just do
Yeah.
that. And I think it is good to have this kind of opportunity that you feel like, okay, you cannot do that, but then once you do that, uh, once you did it, and then you feel like, okay, I'm good, actually, I can do that. And you just go for another stage,
Challenge.
and the challenge that you have. And I think it's good to go through that stage, and also finding yourself in that, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. So, like, what other things like that you've done to kind of overcome all these insecurities? Like, besides, you know, going for like the next challenge. Like, is there
Yeah.
something that you do, like, or your mantra that you tell yourself every day, or something?
Oh, well, I think you have already mentioned one of the points is loving yourself. Loving yourself and
Yes,
accepting
girl.
yourself. Really,
Yes.
that's the key, because if you don't accept and loving yourself, it is like, okay, then how can you move forward, or how can you even help other people if you don't love yourself first? And that's what I'm learning. It's like, no matter what, you have to put yourself first before you can helping others. Like,
Yeah.
even like your parents, of course, I love my parents, but sometimes it's like, okay, I need to see what makes me happy first, but then I can make them happy too, because otherwise you're just
Yes.
trying to make people happy, but yourself, you're like, I'm not sure if I should do that. But if other people are happy, I'm fine with it. No, you should like put yourself first always. And what I think is always important is to give yourself time to reflect
Yeah. So
what you
true.
have done, to get feedbacks, always good. I like feedbacks, no matter what, if it's a positive or negative feedback. Um, I like people, like especially friends who knows me quite long time, to give me like feedback. Okay, I don't like your behavior in that situation. Why did you do that? Or like, oh, I think it's great what you're doing. Like you need to get
Yeah.
feedback because they know you well, and sometimes you don't realize that. And I really appreciate to get those feedback either from my family members or friends, in my job, from my manager, to improve myself, right? And I think it's always give yourself time to think what you want in life, and also
Mhm.
setting goals, but like I would say realistic goals.
Of course.
and and I think from time is like, because I was also at that point, it's like, oh, failure, it's not an option. But then I
Mhm.
realized, no, it is an option, and it is okay to make mistake, and
Yeah.
to allow that to happen, in order,
It's
because yeah.
Yeah, it's mindset, just like Guido said. And Guido here
It's
mentioned
mindset.
that no
you know
ego. No, he mentioned something. He said no ego, being authentic and standing by your insecurities is a new clue. That is so true, though. I feel
yeah,
like
yeah,
people don't want to talk about it as much as they want to talk about their new car, they talk about their new house, they talk about their new holiday, but
mm-hmm.
nobody want to talk about like, hey, I was having some problems the other day. I
Yeah,
was, you know, it was so difficult for me to get out of bed. It was so um difficult for me in my new job. I really was struggling. I don't know what to do. Like, people would rather go to like a psychologist, or some pay lots of money for that, where
yeah,
sometimes if we keep the right friends with us, they would be able to help us, and they can become our support system. And I feel like curating your friends, it's like the it's like an essential thing to do, especially right now when like I'm 31. I must say, like, I used to have like 500 friends, like in the secondary school. We have so many people that and you can't you as a kid, you're like, I want to please everybody, I don't want nobody to hate me. And
I
then
know, yeah.
somebody give you
Same.
some comments, and you're like, oh my god, I'm so mean, like, I'm so bad, like I really feel so, I feel really bad for myself. And then now when I'm 31, I'm like, oh, he says bad comments about me, then bye, fuck you, go get
Fuck
a life.
you.
Like, get out of my
It's
life,
true. Yeah, yeah.
unfriend, block, like, go to hell.
Of course,
Okay,
yeah.
I wouldn't say go to hell, but like, you live your life and I
It's
live mine.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think.
but yeah, but as you said,
Yeah,
it's kind of a taboo topic for some, but I think like
yeah,
women are sharing more of their insecurities, issues that they have, instead of men. But it was quite interesting, because I was talking with a friend like not too long
yeah.
ago, and he was telling me about that, like what he's
Do
been
men
through as
feel
well.
insecure? Like, do men have insecurities? I think, like,
They
it
do
would be.
have, but they don't share because they're men, right? Like,
Yeah,
sorry, man, but this is like just my opinion. Like, I feel like, okay, man, you don't show much about your insecurity. I don't want to fail or something, but inside they
yeah,
are insecure in a way. When I see of some of my friends, or even like my managers, or in the companies, like, oh yeah, I'm the VP of some company, but actually when you talk with them, you can hear like there's some insecurity as well, but they don't want to show that. And I think it's okay to let it happen and to share that. But that's why we do this channel, right? So that we can
yeah,
share our experiences, and of course
exactly.
our audience, if they have anything to share, they can also message us, not in this chat, but like in the
Also,
private
yeah,
chat as well. Guys,
or
if
Teddy
you want to
Talk.
say to talk, just let us know. We're there
Yeah.
to share experience, of
So
course.
you can follow me, you can follow Cam, you can follow Teddy Talk. You either way of us, you either one of these channels, you can reach out to us. And I think that it's no shame. Like, it's really no shame that you think that you have something that you want to talk about. And like, even though I might not talk to you on a daily, you're not my friend, like, on a daily basis. I mean, you're not my friend, but you're a friend of mine, but we don't talk on a daily basis. It's
Right.
fine. Like, if you have some problems and you want to talk more about it, like, yeah, like, hell yeah. Like, Teddy Talk, it's basically why this is what Teddy Talk is about, right? It's a platform for us to share to one another. If you have something that you think that, oh, this will really really help someone who is in need of some good advice, tell us. If you think that there is a good topic that you want us to talk about, and because you have something to share, please tell us. Please, we will try to put you like on with us as well if you want to. And we would, yeah, you can share with us your experience as well. I think that is basically what Teddy Talk is for. And Karine says everyone's got insecurities, but it always helps if we love ourselves and
Oh
surround
yeah,
ourselves with
well
positive
said.
people that lift us up.
Correct.
And that is so true. Like,
That's very true.
people in your life play so much part, in our life, like in our mental well-being. So it's good to know who are the ones that you should look for or look towards when you have in trouble, rather than go digging a black hole and then get stuck in it. Like, you got to know who to go for this kind of stuff. Like, establish your support system is number one thing. And I think that's also going to bring us to our next topic for the next week. Next Sunday, we're gonna have another session with the two of us, the beautiful two of us. And we're going
everyone is beautiful in their own way.
Of course. And
That's
embrace your insecurities, just like what Guido say. Embrace it, talk about it, and establish your insecurities. And surround yourself, like what Karine said, surround yourself with positive people. And next week we're going to talk about toxic people and toxic relationships that we all have faced in our lives, and how we deal with them, and how we recognize these people in our life. And sometimes it might be surprising to you, like, who are the toxic people in your life. So that's next week's topic. And I think, to round up, I think both Cam and I have some similarities in our stories, right, Cam? We both experience a lot of bullying in our childhood, even though it's,
but I think it's not only us. It's like I think like a lot has faced this, but in another way, So either you look different, like either from nationality or from your looks or your behavior. Because sometimes it's like, okay, you're so weird. You don't want to talk with you or whatever. So there's a lot of things what I think we have been through when I talk with some of my friends or even in like my family. But it's important to share. And I think also like if you have like little cousins or even like the kids of your friends are struggle with that, talk about that, because it's very important that you can share with someone, because we've been through that, right? And it's really like, okay, we just holding back to ourselves, and you don't want to say something, but this really affects in your future life, because as you mentioned, sometimes it triggers some actions in your behavior. And I have that too. Sometimes I'm like, oh wow, why did I react like that? But then I think like, oh, maybe it came from my past experience, from the roots somewhere that I kind of experienced that. So guys, please talk. And if you know someone who has the same issues, either in the younger age or older age, whatever age, please talk about that. So
it's so important. I think one of the posts that we have on Teddy Talk was a lot of these things comes from childhood trauma. And also, don't be afraid to go on the self-discovery about your own insecurity, because knowing them is the road to healing them. So if you know a problem, that's great, because you can resolve. You can start thinking about solutions to resolve that issue. But running away or just feeling down and just not wanting to talk about these thoughts in your head, either with your friends, with your family, or with someone of profession, it is bad. You have to reach out to the people around you so that they can help, and so that you can also have the power to empower you to step up and be a better person, and basically be a happier person, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Right,
so
girl.
we did it. This is our first talk, and
Yes, first talk. Hope you like it. So please give us
yay.
any comments, what we can do better, or what kind of topics you want to talk about.
Yes.
And we are planning to do that every Sunday to share
Yep.
like different topics. So the next one would be like about toxic friends relationship, but then please, if you want to hear other
More topics,
tell us,
yeah. Please
share with
tell us,
and,
DM us, tell us,
yes.
let us know what
Yeah.
we can improve on. I swear I won't be taking this personally, I swear, because it's my insecurity, I know, but it's okay. I'm going to work on it. I won't take it personally. Please tell
You can also
me.
give, please, negative feedbacks, positive.
Yeah, we'll
give it
learn.
a try.
It's our first one. Yeah, thank you, Veronica. Thank you, Delani, for tuning in, and thank you all.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Lexi.
Yeah,
I see who is there still joining until the end. I see, oh, there's Manu, Guido, Veronica. Okay, the one that I know.
And there's my friends, my friends, Jamin, Yonglin, Karen, Banks. Yeah, so these are my friends. But anyways, we will be posting this video on our own personal accounts, and also on Teddy Talks as well. So please follow us, give us a follow on Teddy Talks, our channel, and then let's look forward to the next one.
Yes, looking forward. So see you
All
guys
right.
next week, and have a nice Sunday.
Yeah, have
And
a nice weekend.
Erica, have a good night. I know it's late already. It's about
I know
11 a.m. No,
10.
It's
It's
10.
10.
Sorry.
It's 10 p.m.
10.
But yeah, it's 10.
Oh, it's 10. It's fine.
Yeah,
it's fine.
10.
Huh?
It's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
We've been out at 4 a.m., so it's fine.
Oh my God, I remember crazy times. Maybe we'll share another time about
Yeah,
our
we'll have another talk.
for Wednesday to Saturday.
Okay, bye everyone.
Okay, bye everyone.